Hello. A lot of people are jumping on social media, and so I thought I'd jump on the bandwagon. I just had a little message. I have a unique perspective on what people are going through right now because you probably already know this, but me and my family moved to the mission field 7 years ago, a little over 7 years ago, and we have 4 kids, and so it was like 4 kids in less than 6 years and living overseas. So there's a lot of things I don't know, but some things I do know is transition and stress. I know transition and stress like the back of my hand, and I just wanted to give like a little like tiny video about that transition and stress and what you're going through in ways that you can be kind to yourself. Um, when anything new happens, let's say you get a new dining room table, you shop for it, you bring it home, it's beautiful, it's this farm table. The first time you sit at it, you're like, oh, this is different, and your body adjusts, and maybe your chair, you kind of feel how you get comfortable, and you sit down. That transition took less than a minute. Okay, you transitioned to the fact that you had a new table. Your body is transitioning, your emotions are transitioning, and even though it's a quick like that, it's still a transition. So what happened, a week ago, for most of the world is we all got new lives, and that's kind of a big deal. So even though we didn't change homes, a lot of our jobs changed, a lot of our school rhythms changed, a lot of our eating habits changed. Everything changed really quickly, and what that causes is stress, and it's just transition stress, and it's actually not a bad thing. Stress isn't bad. Maybe your spouse is working from home right now, and on the surface it's like, hey, that's kind of cool, I get to see my spouse all day, gets to come in and eat lunch with us or whatever. It's a good stress, but the funny thing is it's still a stress, and you can actually take a test for it's Holmes something. If you look up like stress test or whatever, you can look it up and take it even now and see how high is my stress level. In our first years on the mission field, ours was like in the 500s, and they say if you're over a 200, you need to like literally change your job as soon as possible because you're going to die of a heart attack. So we didn't, and we're fine because God led us through it. But it, again, didn't give me a unique perspective on what stress does. So my overarching theme is just be kind to yourself. Your body's transitioning, your spirit's transitioning, your mind is transitioning. Specifically for mothers, we're cooking more because we can't go out. We are meal planning differently because we can't go to the grocery store every day. We're trying to keep our kids educated. We're trying to keep our kids busy. We're trying to keep our kids from killing each other. And we're trying to keep the house clean while the kids are at home all day. All very not easy things going on for most families in America, most families around the world. So my quick message is just be kind to yourself. If there's any life-giving rhythms that you had before the quarantine, do whatever you need to do to keep those in your life. Whether it's, okay, I can't go to a cafe, but I can set up my room so that it's a sanctuary for me as a mom. Like, I can get those 30 minutes a day with a candle and with some coffee and some, instrumental music, worship music, whatever, floats your boat. You can still have those rhythms in your day. You can still, like for us, we jokingly, but still went on a date night. We still try to mix things up enough so that we're not going crazy. But on top of life, trying to maintain those life-giving rhythms, I highly encourage you to take a break on absolutely anything that you can take a break on, just for a week. So if you can postpone homeschooling for a week, I would talk to your teachers about that. Say, hey, do you know what this is doing to our family? Do you know the stress levels you're under? How about we take spring break now? Like, hello, spring break. I'm the teacher now, so spring break is now. And I know that there's going to be some pushback from that, but I encourage you to do it anyways, because it's okay, and you have rights, and it's your family, and it's your kids. So yeah, anything that you can take a break on. A lot of those standards come, from external things, maybe work or teachers, or maybe it's internal. Maybe it's, oh, you had this goal for yourself before the quarantine happened, and you're having a really hard time letting that goal go, whether it's healthy eating, or an exercise schedule, or maybe just a personal schedule, or maybe, just anything like that. Anything that you had, just try to have a lot of grace on yourself. And I think if you give yourself time to adjust, you will see that your energy and your passion for life will actually return, instead of feeling scared and off kilter and just off all the time, or anxious in the middle of the night, or depressed or unmotivated. If you give yourself time and space to transition, I find that the energy comes back, and it actually comes back in a healthy way, and you're ready to make this quarantine count. You're ready to have purpose and goals for the next 6 weeks, however long we're in this quarantine. So that's my little snippet of advice for everyone, coming from someone who is very used to transition. And my other transition advice is don't judge your emotions. Let them enter, experience them, and then gracefully let them go. And try not to self-condemn for being ungrateful or angry or scared. Just allow it. Sorry if the wind is. Just allow it, like a cloud, to kind of blow through the sky. Look at it, say, oh, that looks like a snake. That looks like fear. That looks like ingratitude, and then allow it to pass. It's okay to feel a lot of things at once when you're going through transition. You'll feel really grateful and really ungrateful at the same time, or you'll feel really happy and then really angry at like a second later. And that's I just want to say it's totally normal to go through all of those things when you're in transition. So that's my little stress and transition talk. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for listening. Bye.